Okay. We are live. I'll just share this on socials so people know, I guess. So, uh, there's still no one here. Probably not for the rest of the stream. But let's see expectations. So, I don't think there will be anything big, like in terms like Wolverine, stuff like that. I don't think that those things will be here on the stream. But I am expecting some big things. Still have 13 minutes left, so I'm gonna do this quick on live on YouTube. Join in, and then probably share the link to the stream. I still am streaming, right? Hold on. This ain't easy for some reason. I'll find the thing eventually. Content type live apply. Odd. It's weird how the streaming things work. Am I even streaming? I'm really confused. Hold on. I think I still am streaming. Yeah, I am. So something's definitely. Hold on. Yeah, I am. Okay, just wanted to check that out. Okay, let's see if I can find the freaking link for it. Well, 12 minutes left. So I have expectations for a semi decent okay, a good show, I'd say. Hopefully it's better than it was last year, because last year was kind of mid, mostly because I wasn't familiar with most of the games. But this year I'm hoping for bigger titles, like for example, think like Wolf Among Us 2. I never played the first Wolf Among Us game, but I played Batman Telltale, the first one. The second one I'm still wanting to buy. I also want to play what's his face, The Walking Dead. I also want to play that one. There's like a complete saga on the PlayStation Store, which I want to get soon. So yeah, I'd also love to stream more gaming content. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try to stream tomorrow the Fortnite event at 7 my time. Yeah, I'm going to try to stream that. But yeah. But sorry. Let's see expectations now. Am I expecting big games that I would like superhero games? Not many, to be honest. I love to see something for Wolverine. That's obvious. I think something that could be really cool to see was finally something for the Iron Man game from EA, because that game I think entered playtesting like 3 years ago, almost. I think it was like October something, 2022. So yeah. Let's see a couple things. I'm gonna check out if the audio is good, because that game I think entered playtest. Yeah, this is good. What was I gonna say? What was I saying? Yeah, I think the Iron Man game should definitely get some footage for it, like at least like a game, like a trailer, a first look trailer, because we only had that first look picture when the game was announced years ago. So I'm hoping for something for Iron Man, something for Wolf Among Us 2. What else? Something for Ghost of no, not Ghost of Yotun, because that will have its own state of play next month. Something for Marvel 1943, the Captain America Black Panther game, and then a couple more. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people say that a Resident Evil 9 will be announced today, but I don't know. I never played Resident Evil, never been my thing, but maybe that's always possible. I'd love to see something for Wolverine, even though that's really, really unlikely because we had a state of play a couple days ago, so I'm not expecting anything for Wolverine. Maybe at the Game Awards is the most likely place for it to get a trailer. Um, but that also depends on what changed and how much time they deleted in game stuff, because a lot of the things that leaked were a lot of gameplay things, no, how combat works, traversal, etc. A lot of the biomes and places we will go, along with a lot of story stuff and big reveals that was supposed to be kept in the game, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to disrespect Insomniac. But a lot of big things were leaked along with the cast and along with the personal details for people that work at Insomniac. So that's not good. Um, so yeah, a lot of stuff leaked, but there's still hope that there's something for Wolverine today. It's close to like a 90% to 10, more like 10-90 to be honest. So there's a really small chance that we see something for Wolverine, but it's never just zero, But I don't see this happening this early. I love to see something for Knights of the Old Republic remake. That's a Star Wars game that I never played the original, but the trailer that came out, I think the PlayStation Showcase, 2021, when Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine were announced. Yeah, that came out then, so it's also been announced a couple years ago. Something for Star Wars Eclipse would be cool. Maybe something for fighting games like Injustice 3. But I'm thinking Injustice 3 will either get announced at the Game Awards or just next year, because I don't know if they're that deep into development. But Mortal Kombat recently, Mortal Kombat 1 just stopped development. They released the new Ultimate Edition, the Definitive Edition, I think. So I'm guessing that they stopped development on Mortal Kombat and now focusing on the other IPs like Injustice. And I'm interested to see what the story will be and how big the game will be. Not only like scale wise, like gameplay, characters, etc., but also culturally, because Injustice 2 was a really big game and it set out a big perspective of what Superman was at that time, along with the DCU, etc. Well, like for a couple years, there was a big image that Superman was basically evil in a way, just like Injustice Superman and a DCEU Superman sometimes. But now with James Gunn, what I was saying, but now with James Gunn directing Superman, and with all the trailers and TV spots we've seen, they're coming back to original Superman roots and showcasing what the character is deep down, instead of like someone who doesn't believe in good as much, something who does everything he does for good, to keep people safe, to keep peace. That's why he says truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. I'm grateful that that's the catchphrase for Superman for the movie, instead of through justice and the American way, because the American way is not a good one these times. But yeah, enough yapping, shall we? I'd also love to stream the new Fortnite season when it comes out. I think it comes out like tomorrow or Sunday. I also recently finished high school. I ended high school today. Really weird sensation, let's say, because it's sad to think that you made so many friends during school and you're probably never gonna see them again. Mostly because then we'll go to university, some will go to other countries. I generally don't know if I'm going to university or college. Um, because with one of two things. One, my grades are not that good, and two, I'm just generally not interested. That means I will have to hustle a lot in life, but and life will be hard. No one says life is easy, but sometimes you just gotta be hopeful, you know. Okay, 4 minutes left. They're seeing a lot of test SS. I'd also love to see something for the James Bond game. We watched the trailer last stream for the State of Play, and that looked very, very, very fun. Um, so I'm very excited for that game. So yeah. One funny thing I just remembered is that most of my friends are at prom right now, but I didn't go. Not because of the stream, but because I'm genuinely not interested um, in that. But yeah. 'Cause I don't have any audio behind um, because I don't want to risk there being copyrighted music in this, and I'm not trying to get copyright striked. I recently got a copyright strike like last month because I uploaded the Spider Noir trailer. So yeah, but still 2 minutes, not bad. They're testing a lot of the audio. I thought they already did rehearsals. Yeah. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Let's see. I yeah, I remember there's a like excuse me, like a lot of indie games too. You know, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Let's put audio. I think that's good. Okay, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Can't wait. Okay, hoping for good things.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
Hello, Jeff Keighley. Good fit. Good fit.
I love the energy. I
Please be a good show, please. I'd also love to see something for the Last Ronin video game.
The distinct honor of coming together to spotlight the boundless creativity that defines our industry. Thank you all for joining us and giving us your time. And special thanks to Dante. I was reading my feed this morning and saw that he canceled a date and he hopes I don't disappoint him.
Wow.
Dante, we're going to do our best to make it worth
That's
your time.
dedication,
Have a really
bro.
fun show ahead. Over the
Canceling a
next 2
date
hours,
over a gaming event? That's dedication. GG's though.
From studios big and small. From Lego bricks to puppets, zombies to Marvel heroes, this show has a little bit of everything, including, yes, some brand new game announcements.
Did he say Marvel Heroes?
Gotta have some of those. Now, before we dive into the excitement, let's take a moment to recognize just how dynamic our industry has become. Here's a look at the top 10 selling new games on Steam so far in 2025 by units.
Am I the only one that doesn't get the hype for Elden Ring?
Lots of great games. Now, the list includes beloved franchises, but sitting proudly at number 1 with over 13 million units sold since February.
Yo, what's good, Skyline?
A groundbreaking indie game crafted by a
I need to get like
passionate
another
team of
monitor or like an
people
iPad or something
at
because I
Civilworks
generally can't see
Valhalla Suite.
the chats
Closely
besides on my
trailing
phone.
Schedule 1 from TVGS, a solo developer in Australia. It's inspiring that these indie creations stand side by side with heavyweights like Monster Hunter Wilds and the Oblivion remake. Absolutely.
Elden Ring is basically a Souls game. That one that's on the right corner. That's the new game that came out.
They might get some nominations at the end of the year. We're not there yet, but it is a monumental achievement, earning the highest user Metacritic score ever recorded for a game, all from a team of under 30 developers who bravely stepped away from big publishers to forge their own path. One thing is clear. With digital distribution and engines like Unreal, today's most innovative projects increasingly emerge from outside the traditional publisher system. That's something to celebrate. But with more than 18,000 games released on Steam just last year, more than double from 2020, the challenge now is discovery. And that's precisely why events like Summer Game Fest, our partner showcases happening all weekend long, and initiatives like the Steam Next Fest are so essential. These events help remarkable games, big and small, find their audiences. And hopefully, if you're watching this show, you'll discover...
Same. If I see anything for Wolverine, I might be crashing out. And it's 10 p.m. right now.
From an independent studio who is thinking very big. In 2017, 4 developers broke away from AAA publishers to chart their own course.
Yeah, but he said Marvel Heroes, so that it's definitely possible. I wonder what he means by that. Only thing I can think about is Wolverine, because that's definitely the highest anticipated game this show, or for years really. What is this? An indie game? I love that they do these things for indie games, where they promote them big for them to catch their audience. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is like another Souls game. Not a fan of these types of games, to be honest. Oh, ew. Yeah, it does make sense. Gameplay was gory though. Jesus Christ. The Venom game. I don't know about the Venom game, though. It's unclear what they did with that. I don't know if it's still in development or not, but I could see it being made, with older voice lines that Tony Todd recorded. But I don't know if there's if they're gonna announce the Venom game, or even if that is in the works, to be honest. But I think it's definitely possible because of the gameplay section in Spider-Man 2. It's never impossible, to be honest. Would be cool though, because I love the gameplay in Spider-Man 2, the Venom gameplay specifically.
Alright, didn't that look great? Well, we got lots more to come, but right now, the end, the Nexus War, Galactus fight, or
Huh?
even live at Risky Reels. Over the
Oh,
years,
Fortnite.
has innovated with
I wonder if
mass-scale
I think
live
this is
in-game
for the
events.
event, right?
Tomorrow, Fortnite is set
Yeah.
to do it again across console, PC, and phones. The Death Star's super laser is charged and ready to decimate the Battle Royale island. But there's still hope. You and your friends
Me neither,
can join the
to be
fight.
honest.
Here's the
Because
first
Sue would be
exclusive
Venom, because we
look
still don't
what you'll
know.
be part of tomorrow in the brand new live
We still
event,
haven't met
Death
Eddie
Star
Brock yet in that universe. So it's definitely interesting. And the symbiotes were eradicated, basically. Oh, we're going to space. This is like Battlefront, basically. Oh, yeah, this is basically Battlefront 2. Oh. Imagine the island just explodes. That's it. Okay. Fortnite always goes off on these events, and I gotta respect him for that.
Summer Game Fest, a legendary game creator who is set to release his latest project in just a few short weeks. With each of his games, he pushes the gaming medium in bold new directions, and we are honored to have him with us for the first time at Summer Game Fest in person. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming the great Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I was expecting something for Death Stranding as well. I never played the first Death Stranding. I don't know how much lore is in it, because I honestly just thought just focus on the dude making deliveries, but apparently he's much bigger than that. So might have to give it a shot. Maybe if it takes place on Clintar. Yeah. Maybe. I think Clintar would be a little hard to do because it's a whole other planet. But it would definitely be interesting. We got a couple flashes like Null and stuff in the second game, especially with Miles. We got a couple of things, including Null, so Clintar is never off the table.
New connection after we face the pandemic, so I want everyone you to think about that when you play this game.
Okay, well,
On the
talking about
beach.
playing the game,
Is it like the
coming out
title
later
of the
this
game?
month, but right now, I know you prepared a special exclusive clip for SGF. Let's take a look at this.
Huh? He was gonna say something. This game does look stunning though. Is that Troy Baker? Looks like him.
Welcome. Have a seat. Over here.
Who are main and rivals? It's a mix between the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, and then probably Adam Warlock. I like him, his heals system. If I were to say the tank I play as the most, it would be the Thing. How about you? I like the Thing a lot.
What do you do
He's fast, he doesn't move much. You know.
for living?
I'm a porter.
I'm also liking Ultron's gameplay so far. It's definitely interesting because there's basically no way to heal yourself besides going close to someone. But yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes it feels like almost unfinished in a way.
What?
So you made it then.
Sorry.
You really don't remember me.
What? Oh. Bucky, Star-Lord, and Moon Knight. I also really like Star-Lord. He was one of the characters I played the most in, okay. He was the character I played as one of the most in the beta or the alphas. When it came out on PS5, I played Star-Lord a lot. But I haven't played much with him lately. He's a fun character though. He has one of the best, ranged attacks, I'd say.
So much mystery. Well, that was a clip from the game, a cutscene. We saw a first glimpse of Neil and Lucy, and we met them in the trailer back in South by Southwest, but we got a little bit more of them here. Tell us a little bit more about this clip and the characters of Neil and Lucy.
DS2 で非常に重要な
In
キャラク
DS2,
ターです。
it's a very important character,
ニールとルーシー。
Neil and
で、
Lucy.
まあちょっと詳しくは言えませんけ
I
ど、
can't really say because there'll be spoilers.
手にカニ座の刻印が
You
2人ある
saw the cancer mark on both of their
すごい
hands.
深いつながりがあって
Oh, it's escape tactics. Yeah, that's a very cool gameplay feature that they added to him as well. The dodging and that sort of sprinting thing. Those are very cool abilities that he has. Makes him fast, makes him deadly in a way. Makes him almost unpredictable most of the time, especially in close combat, like against tanks, for example.
For DS2 this
まあ
time.
トリュフすごい人気ある
So I really like that as well. Those gameplay mechanics.
But I think
として、まあルカ
we
さん
have
が
to
ね
kind of like top that character. So Luca Marinetti was a great actor, and I
心
think
に残る演技も
it was great. He did a great performance, so I think you'll like this new character,
も
Neil,
う
too.
20日後にゲーム出るんで
Well, the game's going to be out in 20 days, so I'm not going to.
Comes out in 20 days.
That's
I know.
what I brought today.
But there is more to share, and you won't have to wait very long to learn more about the game. Actually, this Sunday, as part of Summer Game Fest, you tune into the DS2 live game premiere, where Hideo will be joined by many members of the cast. He'll be sharing a new demo of the live gameplay demo.
I still wonder what Marvel games mean.
And let's just say
Marvel
this
Heroes
is not
means.
the last that you've seen of Neil this weekend.
I'm
We'll
only
leave it at that.
thinking of probably Marvel 1943
I'll show you the gameplay.
because
scene. You-
that was already like a release window, so
you
we might
enjoy
get the
it.
release
Join us
date
Sunday, too.
Excellent.
today.
All right, thank you so much. Hideo Kojima, everyone. Great to see
Never
you, Mr.
off the
Kojima. Thank
question.
you. All right, and now I'd like to introduce
My username,
co-host for Summer
I don't
Game
have
Fest.
it,
She's on the party. A veteran
decorated,
games
but,
journalist on GameSpot and the
decorated.
co-host of the Friends Per Second
I don't know,
podcast.
no.
Please join me in welcoming the incredible Lucy James.
But I think it's one of my videos I made, but I don't remember which one. I might stream Rivals someday, and yeah. But I don't remember if that was like
Summer Game Fest. I am so
under spaces,
excited
etc.
to be here this year. Thank you for having me. Now, we are honored to reveal an exciting new project from Raw Power Games, a new team headquartered in Copenhagen, Denmark. Here you can engage in intense combat, fight for land, glory, and legacy, and lead massive armies into epic scale battles, as narrated by actor Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Thou shalt not kill.
That escalated things.
So the priests tell us. So the Lord commands.
Oh, graphics look
But
cool.
ambitious men do not listen.
Medieval game almost.
I sought no war. But war found me. I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken,
This rain effect was pretty good. I really wish we'd gotten the rain weather in Spider-Man 2
I shall find
because it was available per se on the symbiote mission when after you go to Kraven's mansion or whatever. I'm a bit sad that even in the last updates we never got that. Also not a fan of medieval games. Everything that includes like knights, stuff like that, that's not my thing. I do like Ghost of Tsushima. That's pretty good. Love that game. Can't wait for Ghost of Yotei. I remember that Marvel Heroes might also mean the Deadpool game. There's like a supposed VR Deadpool game in the works that might get announced tonight. I think it's supposed to come out this year, but I don't know.
Now it's time to hang on to the edge of tomorrow. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a thrilling new entry in the legacy of racing action
New
games
Sonic
within the
game.
franchise. Crossworlds brings other worlds and familiar faces to Sonic Racing, including surprise guest characters being revealed here at SGF for the first time.
It's incredible how many Sonic racing games there are. Along with Super Mario and everything. Yeah, Deadpool game. There's like a supposed VR Deadpool game in the works that might get announced tonight. I think I read somewhere that it's supposed to come out this year, but I'm not sure. Is that? What the hell is going on? That. What random collabs are these? Hatsune Miku, this dude were from like I genuinely don't know. I think it's from like Yakuza or something? I don't know. Random collabs already on a Sonic game. Nice.
Coming in September, but that is not all.
Huh?
We'd like to introduce
What do you
the
mean?
man behind the creation of everyone's favorite blue hedgehog, Takashi Iizuka.
Oh.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm honored to be here to talk about our latest Sonic Racing game. Sonic Racing Crossworld is the next generation of the Sonic Racing series, developed by Sonic Team and the Sega Arcade Racing Team. You can feel brand new experience from the new future travel ring, which you can warp in the race. Also, unlike another kart racing game,
No, I've never seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think I've seen like tids and bits of it. I remember seeing I think season 4. I saw a couple of the Ghost Rider episodes with Gabriel Luna, Tommy from The Last of Us show. Really liked those episodes. I don't know how canon that show is, because I like to believe that Robbie Reyes is still out there somewhere in the MCU. What the hell? But yeah, I like to believe that Robbie Reyes is somewhere out there in the MCU, because I personally think everyone wants to see Ghost Rider in the MCU, like in a big budget movie or like a Midnight Suns project. But yeah, I'd also love to see Ryan Gosling get a shot at Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider.
Embark on a journey across a dark fantasy world and uncover a vast story that eclipses time.
Okay. Starting today. Nice. Might also see it soon, but there are a lot of shows I want to see, and I'm still finishing. I'm still on the last season of Dexter, the original show. I've seen Original Sin already. I think I have 4 or 3 episodes left in the final season of Dexter. Then I have Dexter New Blood, and then I might have a lot of shows I want to watch. I have to watch Attack on Titan. I'm still season 1 of that. Never got ahead of it because I was focused on finishing Dexter first, just to not get distracted. But I want to see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though. Mostly because I like Clark Gregg as what's his name? Phil Coulson.
If time you undo the sins of ruin. In this time, or maybe the next.
Also watching Daredevil. Daredevil is a really good show. I recently rewatched it I think like 2 months ago. I rewatched the last season in preparation for Born Again. Really great season. I really love the moments where Matt has like conversations with someone. In season 3, I think it was Sister Maggie, and then there's also like all these conversations that he has with other characters, which I really enjoy because of how poetic they are in a way, and how quotable they are. I still quote the Book of Job speech from season 3. I really love that speech, even though I never read the Bible. But so you start back in March, so it's your first watch. How lucky you are. This is gonna be a horror game, and I'm already expecting it. Oh. The hell? I was getting serious Last of Us vibes. Oh, what the hell? I gotta say, they're really creative. What the hell am I looking at? You're still on season 1. Okay. Really great season. I love the hallway fight that he has on that season with the Black Suit. I think is the best design he's had. Still on shows. I'm not counting the Born Again season 2 look because that's easily the best, but the black look from the original Netflix show is really good.
Action adventure game coming in 2026 to the Epic Games Store and consoles. Next, we'll step into the black and white world of Rubber Hose Animation with Mouse PI for Hire, developed by first-time developer Fumi Games and published by PlaySide, releasing later this year. Here's a quick new look at the game and the reveal of a familiar voice.
There's something rotten.
Oh, this is like Mickey Mouse. Ooh, this is cool.
There are those who would bend the city to their will.
It's very cool style.
And those who do anything.
I'm getting serious with Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibes. That's like a real world 3D world with 2D characters. That's a very cool. Troy Baker. Of course Troy Baker is in this. Cool. This was creative.
Another role for Troy Baker. All right, that's not all from PlaySide. Now comes the announcement of another ambitious project from this independent Australian developer. We've been talking to them for a while about this project, which builds on their recent launches of Kill Knight and Age of Darkness. But this takes things to a whole new level. It's a premium, real-time strategy game built for PC based on one of the most iconic fantasy franchises in the world. Any guesses? Let's take a look.
No guesses at all. Oh, Game of Thrones game. Cool. Never seen Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is like one of those shows like Breaking Bad. Those really iconic 2000s, 2010s shows that I've never seen. His face looks really good. I still want to watch Breaking Bad someday. But I'm happy for Game of Thrones fans that are watching this. Whoa, this looks almost real. Graphics are insane in this. Oh. Thoughts on the Marvel fighting game. The Marvel token game. I made a video on... No, I didn't. I just reacted while I was watching it. I gotta say, I love the gameplay style. Never been keen into that keen into fighting games. I play like Mortal Kombat, the two last ones, MKX. I also played MK9 as well, but I've also played the Injustice games. But I never played like Street Fighter, those Capcom games. I did play Marvel vs. Capcom as well, but never really been into fighting games in that style. And I gotta say, I love the art style. I love how it looks, like almost comic-y. Especially Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, I think, has one of the best designs. Iron Man 2. I'm not a fan of Star-Lord's or Spider-Man's design, but I'm definitely gonna check out that new game because it does look pretty cool. It's a really bright future next year. Gaming-wise, Marvel 1943, GTA, this Marvel token game, a lot of stuff to look forward to next year. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that game out. Looks really cool.
All right, now it is time for the global reveal of an FPS action adventure RPG.
Yeah, I'm still mad that there's no Cyclops in that. Cyclops is easily my favorite X-Men member, and he thrives in a big game. I still need to see him in Marvel Rivals, because I believe that his laser powers abilities would work really well, especially for range abilities. He will definitely be a duelist, but his abilities will be cool. His ultimate being like a Mega Blast, like he takes off the glasses and just go Shazam like in X-Men 97. It would be very cool. I really love Cyclops. Is this Atomic Heart? I think that was the name of the game. Oh, nice. Never played the first game though. Here we go. I'm not trying to get copyrighted tonight. Not trying to. Not gonna. But I've never played the first Atomic Heart game. It just never interested me. Graphics looks pretty cool. Even though it looks like a gun zombie game with robots. There was a leak that Insomniac's making X-Men. Yeah, I saw that. I think with those when the hackers reached Insomniac, they saw. Why the hell are they so okay? Yeah, but I saw like that they're supposed to be making like an X-Men game. I think there's supposed to be Venom, then Spider-Man 3, Wolverine, and then X-Men. Yeah, by 2030. But that would be wishful thinking because of how long Wolverine is taking to make. But because of the leaks, that makes sense. But if you were to see an X-Men game from Insomniac, it's probably just like what the hell? Like 6-7 years maybe? Best I can say, to be honest. But I would really love to see an X-Men game, especially for Cyclops. I really love to use his powers in a more free way. But I also love to see Beast. Beast is also one of my favorites. I love to see like a first generation of X-Men, like an X-Men First Class, like Banshee, those types of characters would be cool.
Spiritual successor to the first game with a retro futuristic world on a global
Spiritual
scale.
successor.
This time there's a greater
Spiritual
emphasis on
successor.
RPG elements.
You heard Jean Grey is gonna be in. Whoa,
Is not all
Jean Grey.
the Monkfish today.
I knew about Mystique, but Jean Grey did not know about that.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if she will be playable.
A giant cube.
Is this still Atomic Heart? No. Oh, the hell?
When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see it. You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness. How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
she is going to be playable. Huh. It's interesting. Oh, this is a spin-off or DLC, I don't know. But she's gonna be playable. That's very, very, very interesting. I wonder if she will be like for more of a mission or like a section of the story. That's interesting.
Cube you can see there where the edges are constantly rotating to create unique gameplay combinations that are ever evolving. All right, let's jump into the Marvel Cosmic Invasion universe.
Yeah, I remember this game.
Retro beat 'em up coming to PC and consoles this
What was the
holiday.
game before? I think this is like a retro game.
You can pick between
The art style
15
looks pretty
Marvel
cool.
characters to play,
I'm
but so
loving
far,
Nova there. I did not see the trailer.
well, now it's
I
time
saw
to meet
pictures
the
like
next two.
a couple days ago, but Nova looks pretty cool. She-Hulk. I like her design. Oh. Yeah, it's one of these QB games. Favorite song on Withered? Oh, hard question, hard question. I might have to check out the playlist because I don't know. There's so many good ones. Favorite song on Withered? I think it's either between Say It Back and Is This Really Love? I think it's between those two. Is that Thanos? Yeah, but I think it's in between Is This Really Love and Say It Back. Just really, really love those songs. David is like a really underrated artist. Invincible really put me on a great artist. So I thank them for that. What about yours? What is your favorite song, you'd say? New Capcom game? Never played a lot of Capcom games, actually. I think I've said this before. Oh. Oh. But I can't believe how young David is and how talented he is, really. He's barely like 20, I think. He's like 20 something, but he's still early 20s. And for how talented he is at his age and how much he's accomplished so far, the future is the sky's the limit, really, for him. He's really that great. Love them all. Atomic Land or Sky. Sky is also pretty cool. I haven't heard Atomic Land so much because some songs fit with me, some don't, in a way. But really, I love all the songs in there. I need to hear more of his. I need to hear more music he pumps out over the next couple of months and years. But still, I'd say my favorite song of all time from David Asby Feel It from Invincible. It's a really big contender for my favorite song of all time. I can't even lie. When it came out, I'm pretty sure that was like my song of the year on Spotify last year.
Now let's completely switch gears. You guys all know I love my puppets, and this next project is one I've been tracking for a few years. As a team at Sonstring Studios is using Unreal Engine 5 to create an insane digital puppeteering pipeline. It's actually a thing. What you're about to see is running completely in real time in Unreal, and I cannot wait to play it. Here is an unexpected.
He really is. This is really, really good. Always gets me in a good mood. Feel It always gets me in a pretty great mood every time I listen to it. Plus, it's so catchy, the song. Most of the times when I'm just doing work or gaming or doing anything really, I just put on the song, feel good, sing the lyrics because of how catchy they are. Oh. My favorite song of all time is Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins. Never heard of that song. I know what the Smashing Pumpkins are. Might have to listen to that one soon. It's always good to know more musicians. One project that really got me into more bands, older bands, was Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole trilogy. I recently found like a playlist of all the songs that were used in all three films. It's really cool to see how different but similar those artists are. Different bands, different artists, etc. So is this like R-rated Muppets? It's very interesting. Oh. I gotta say, the graphics do look pretty cool. Pretty good. Because of most of the hair, physics and stuff. But not my thing. I've never been a Muppets fan.
Of a brand new game in Deception We Trust.
Huh? Like Transformers? Joking. I still can't believe Transformers Rise was cancelled.
Lost to time and legend. Only the chosen find their way here. Gathered from every corner of the earth.
Transformers is like one of those IPs that has unlimited potential on every single type of media. I think there's like Transformers comics. I know about the animated shows. I know about live action stuff. But I'm still surprised it hasn't catched his footing in gaming. Which is very, very weird because with all the transformations, robots, etc., different planets, it's surprising that there's no Transformers game that we know of yet. Same thing with Power Rangers in a way, and Ninja Turtles. Those three IPs are like some of the most popular IPs, superhero IPs that are non-Marvel or DC. Not the top three. Invincible is definitely up there too. Not a big Transformers guy. I've always been a big Transformers fan, just not die-hard fan. But I watched the original films, the Michael Bay films, as a kid, so that made me a fan of those. And I've also loved the recent Transformers films, Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts. And Transformers 1, obviously, that's easily the best Transformers movie we've ever gotten. And I'm still mad that it flopped, because I would have loved to see a sequel.
That was Killer in a 24-player multiplayer game from Square Enix,
But it's not that likely, unfortunately.
Using social deduction skills to win.
Because that cast was incredible. Brian Tyree Henry was perfect as D16 or Megatron. But yeah, I really would have loved to see Transformers 2.
This is one of the most anticipated games of the year, and we're excited to share
not into lore that much. Me neither, to be honest. I just haven't been studying, I guess, the lore of Transformers that much. I know stuff like Cybertron, Unicron. What studios? But I know about some like the Unicron, some of the stuff, but I've just never been that big of a fan of it. Transformers Prime is a really great show, though. Really watched that show a lot as a kid. That along with like Ben 10, Max Steel. Ben 10 is also like a big IP that I'm surprised I hasn't gotten like a live action film or anything. No, a good one. Besides like Cartoon Network movies. I'm surprised there hasn't been like a recent Ben 10 film or game, because gaming would be cool. Like a Ben 10 game, that would be pretty cool. I wonder how the transformations would work though.
Here, you are in control.
This looks like Ark, the Ark game. I think that's the name. Looks like multiplayer though, like a battle royale or something. And boom, she's dead. Ark Raiders. I didn't even notice the title of the game.
That's right, everyone. Ark Raiders is coming October 30th, 2025 for PC and console. Congrats to Embark
Latest
Studios.
Fortnite season.
All right, Dune fans, now you
I'm
can
mixed.
finally step onto the world
Dune?
of Arrakis yourself. Dune Awakening combines the survival and
The
MMO
thoughts on the
genres
season.
with a thrilling
It started
cinematic
off pretty
story.
well, but
It arrives
then
on
I
PC
started
just
playing
a
it
few
less.
days on June 10th.
I played a lot during the Mandalorian update because of the new stuff. But yeah, the weapons are fun because you don't have to catch ammo or anything. But I haven't been into Fortnite much because some of the content either doesn't interest me or isn't anything really special per se. Even though there's like a whole new map, but graphically it looks pretty great. But I've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately. I mostly play like Reload, other types of games. I prefer Reload over Battle Royale. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm wanting to see more of what happens next season because of the superhero team, Tim Drake, Robin, and Superman being collabs. And a rumored what's his face? The Fortress of Solitude, POI that's appearing to be added next season. So that'll be pretty cool. And apparently there's like a new cosmetic type on Fortnite that will be like a pet, and Crypto will be the first one. So that's very, very cool. Yeah, I'm interested in this Dune game because I checked out the first Dune after the second one came out on digital last year, and I really love those films. But I think this game is set in an alternate universe or timeline where I believe Paul isn't born. I don't know. But there's a lot of media trailers for this game that I still don't know what the hell is going on. Because one trailer focused on one character, another one focused on the other. You need Fantastic Four and Fortnite. Same. With all the teasers in the latest Marvel season, I'm surprised the Fantastic Four did not get skins. I'm really surprised, especially with Doctor Doom being the main theme. Doctor Doom is a Fantastic Four villain. And then with the Fantastic Four like logo in the map, I'm confused as to why it didn't happen. Probably they were probably waiting for Fantastic Four First Steps. That's probably what's gonna happen, but I don't know. You hate the Dune movies. I really like them. Maybe they do feel a little slow sometimes. I can get that, but I really prefer the second one over the first one. I guess it's like how slow they feel sometimes. I can relate on that, to be honest. When I was watching the first one, it did feel really, really slow most of the time before, like the big climax and stuff. The second one a bit too, but then once Paul, drank the blue fluid and went, and basically became the Aura Master, then the story started catching its footing, and it's unbelievable how much better the second film is compared to the first. Mostly because of Austin Butler. I really liked his role. Even though it was small, I really liked his role. Along with Christopher Walken and Florence Pugh. The Sentinels. I saw Sentinels and thought of X-Men. Man, I am a nerd. Maybe I really am a nerd.
Remains of our broken worlds. You need only take my hand. Return to the past, where your journey.
Oh, it's a typical chosen one story. Okay, I can agree on that. In some capacity. But the thing about Dune is that like Paul is like the chosen one, as you said, but it's different from other interpretation of the same story. Because mostly when you see the chosen one like a movie, I don't think of any examples right now. I can't think of any, but they're normally set out to make good, bring paradise basically to the people, just be the ultimate hero per se. But with Dune, it's different because I think Paul, once he becomes the chosen one, he eventually leads to the destruction of Arrakis, I think, in the future, but that hasn't happened. I think probably in the third film, but it's basically, yeah, it really is sand focused, and I hate sand. I hate sand, to be honest. Like walking on it, that's the best, but then you get stuck everywhere. It's just not a good feeling, especially when it's wet and it gets everywhere. It's just annoying. I really need something for Marvel 1943. I need something for that game. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, Star Wars did it so much better than Dune. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure that Dune was the original idea for Star Wars, basically. It's basically like the same story with a kid being the chosen one, etc. But with Revenge of the Sith, they really did it better. Or the whole prequel trilogy, really. But Star Wars is a much more known IP compared to Dune.
As part of Next Fest. What you're about to see next is a stop-motion co-op platformer where everything has been crafted by hand.
I really gotta rewatch Revenge of the Sith. Really love that film. I love how over the decades and years the community, the Star Wars community, started memeing the hell out of the prequels. I just love that. The fact that you can go watch the film and then just say the jokes or the funny things when they happen, like, this is where the fun begins, the Silver Anakin scene. I love how people managed to turn those movies into memes, and by that they managed to get more fans of the films and find them as sort of guilty pleasures. Something that really should have happened for Morbius. Kidding. Morbius was something else. Thoughts on Star Wars fans? I think it depends on the Star Wars fans. If you were to talk about the toxic ones, fuck them, to be honest. Really just like that. But I hate, like, fans who hate women in projects. That was like a big factor that people were hating on in The Acolyte because of the main character being a woman. That's just stupid. Like, why would you hate when a woman gets a role? Because that's the thing. Because most people, like, people hate woke things per se. When a game is mostly concerned by male main characters, they would say, we need more female led projects, and when that happens, they will start hating on it. It's a really stupid argument. That's also something that applies with race stuff, because, for example, when a character is race swapped in not in comics, like games, movies, shows, etc., people would be annoyed. Some people, isn't possible for them not to happen, but some people would be annoyed that the character was race swapped, mostly from white to black, not to black to white, but from white to black. White character in the comics, black character in the movie. But then if that same project happened and there were no diverse people in the film, they would be mad and call them racist. So it's just very stupid arguments. The reason why The Acolyte got hate was because the creator of the show didn't have knowledge of Star Wars. Okay. Even though I watched The Acolyte, I can agree on that to some extent. The scene where Osha, I think it's the character, bled the Kyber crystal in the finale.
LEGO Voyagers captures the creative hands-on spirit of classic LEGO play and
LEGO
will
Voyagers.
also support a Friends Pass, just like Split Fiction. Here's the first ever look.
LEGO Voyagers? I thought it would be like Lego Batman. What the hell is this? I'm disappointed. But getting back to The Acolyte, what was I saying? Yeah, the scene where Osha bled the Kyber crystal. It does not work like that in the comics or anything. It just doesn't. One of the characters that bled their Kyber crystal in known media was Dagan Gera from Jedi Survivor. There was like a whole dedicated scene of Dagan Gera bleeding his kyber crystal. But basically, in order to bleed a kyber crystal, you need to have like immense rage and just hate towards something. That's why Daikon was able to bleed his kyber crystal, because he woke up basically from this Bacta tank bath or whatever, and then he was telling Cal everything that happened before he went onto the Bacta tank, where basically he found this planet, and then they took his discovery and we're basically going to raid his planet that he found, and he got mad at that, and since he basically just experienced that now, he bled his kyber crystal. That makes sense. Kylo Ren also bled his kyber crystal. I think it was green, but then Luke tried to kill him because he sensed like the dark force in him, and then he got so mad he started to try to bleed it, but then he cracked. That's why he has like that full sort of insane look to it, where you have like the blade and then just fire everywhere. That's why he has that look. But in the Acolyte, it doesn't make sense, because you just turn on the lightsaber and it just started bleeding. It doesn't make sense. It was cool to see in live action though.
And revealing something that brings a lot of those characters together like never before. I hope you enjoy the first look at Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed about the Lego Voyagers game. I really thought it was gonna be like a Lego Batman game or something like that. It wouldn't be like Marvel, but I was expecting Lego Batman 4.
It's been almost 2 years since players first stepped into the role of Geppetto's puppet to save the city of Krat from disease and puppet frenzy in Lies of P. Overture is a DLC expansion to Lies of P that transports players.
I really hope they're saving the cool stuff for the later hours, because it hasn't been 1 hour yet. I never played Lies of P. I've never been like a big Pinocchio fan. What do you think season 3 will be about? I saw some leaks that it would be solely focused on symbiotes and Null, etc. And I heard that Null is basically going to be that like the big bad villain of it all. That would be pretty cool, because there are like, I think, one map, maybe multiple, I don't know, maps just focused on symbiote stuff. So it would be pretty cool to see more stuff about Null. And I heard that probably Blade will be the next playable character, but we still don't know. I think he's Blade and then I think a symbiote character, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be symbiote themed. I'd love to see an X-Men focused one. I like this one, this new Hellfire Gala focused one. But one, focused on the X-Mansion or something like that. Just focus on the X-Men. Like there was like a full season focus on Fantastic Four. Would be pretty cool. Favorite map? Okay, hard question.
Yes, that's right. Overture
I
is
like
available today
which one?
across all platforms to play, so enjoy it this weekend. All right, next up, the small video game publisher Serenity Forge, based in Boulder, Colorado, shared this game
I like the Winter Soldier one. And I think the Hydra base, the one where you go out, there's like that big wall outside of the spawn thing, and you have like the train moving and stuff. I like that map a lot. Which one? The new Ultra map is interesting because of how many turns there are everywhere, so it's like a confusing map. I also like the the new Hellfire Gala maps. Those are pretty cool. The ones that have the portals and stuff. Those are very creative things. I love how portals work in Marvel Rivals. From Doctor Strange's to the new, yeah, Hellfire Gala ones.
Garden is lush in the rain, and dinner's ready.
The Simio map, yeah, I also really like that map. Mostly because of the outside section of the map. I think that's Clintar, the symbiote planet. So I do like that map a lot. Oh, I also like the Wakanda map. Wakanda map is also pretty cool. I love the how elegant it is.
All right, NCSoft is expanding its Blade and Soul universe. Let's take a look at the rich lore and dynamic action in Blade and Soul Neo, just out on Steam, and Blade and Soul Heroes coming soon.
Man, they really better be saving the cool stuff for the end, because this is not looking good, bro. I'd also love to see something from Marvel's Blade game, but that was announced at the Game Awards, so it's unlikely. But at least something for Marvel 1943. I need to see something for that game. I need to see gameplay. I only had like 2 trailers, and none of them showed gameplay. Imagine a gameplay trailer comes out and it's a card game. I would be genuinely so pissed. I also like the New York map that came out with the Fantastic Four. That one is also pretty cool. Come on, Jeff, just pull out with the huge world premiere type thing. I'm wondering what that thing was in the sky when I found Clinton. On a rival map, a celestial. I don't remember that. Let me search that up. I don't think, was there a celestial there? Marvel Rivals Celestial. Oh. Oh. Holy crap, that is a celestial. How did I not see that before? Holy crap, that's cool. That makes sense why the map is called Celestial Codex. That makes a lot of sense. Wow, how did I not know that? Whoa. I don't know, shocked. I did not know there was a celestial there. I just never give much attention to the names of the maps. I think Null stopped it, probably. Null is pretty OP because of the Necro Sword. I'm still mad that Sony still has the movie rights for Spider-Man and his cast of characters like Venom, those characters, so Marvel can't use them on their own projects without big deals and stuff. So that's bad, because I really would have loved to see symbiotes in Thor: Love and Thunder, but I like how they sort of replaced them with these shadow things. But the Necro Sword being a symbiote was pretty cool, and Null being the creator of the symbiotes. I wonder how it would work for who created the Necro Sword in the MCU. If it was Null or someone else. I still want to see more about Spider-Man 4 and the symbiote, especially like in Secret Wars. I really would love to see the symbiote in Secret Wars, because that's initially where he gets the symbiote, Spider-Man. 7 Deadly Sins. Oh, okay, The Witcher. I still haven't played any of the Witcher games. Oh, yeah, Predator Killer of Killers came out today. I still gotta watch that. I think I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem today. Really fun film. I'd never watched it before, but yeah, I think I'm gonna watch Killer of Killers soon. Squid Game. Thor and Thunder is the only MCU movie you hate. That's not a bad opinion, to be honest. But yeah, would say one I really hate. Yeah, Love and Thunder would definitely be on that category. The thing is that that movie had a lot of cool things in it. Like that whole last fight in the Shadowverse thing was really cool looking. But then the Thor giving powers to the kids, not that good. Is this a Jurassic Park game? Is this a Jurassic Park game? Okay, it isn't. I think it might be a Jurassic Park game. Yeah, this is definitely a Jurassic Park game. Or Jurassic World, whatever. I still need Jurassic World to flop. I need Superman to be a success. And Fantastic Four, obviously. But I'm more excited for Superman, I'd say. It's almost 50-50, but I'm more excited for Superman. Wow. Evolution 3. It's funny, before I started the stream, I saw a lot of people saying that there would be a new Jurassic World game announced. Any theories for Doomsday? I don't know. Maybe something for the Fantastic Four, because Kevin Feige recently said that the ship, the Fantastic Four ship in Thunderbolts, isn't the same as in the Fantastic Four because the number of wings and the whole design. So I wonder what that means. I have not a good theory, but maybe maybe what if by the end of the Fantastic Four film, the Fantastic Four somehow get to the main MCU and then Franklin Richards gets to the X-Men MCU. Would be very interesting. Honestly, I'm just thinking about this now. It would kind of make sense as to why the Fantastic Four will have an alternate ship, so they would send Franklin into another universe. Would be interesting to send a baby and then maybe they get divided. That would make sense because Vanessa Kirby and Ivan Mas Bachrach are filming with Joaquin Torres and Sam Wilson, etc. So that would make sense for them to both be divided. You know, Sue and Ben are in a place, and then Johnny and Reed are in another. That would make sense, though. I'm just making this theory up now, and it's not that far-fetched now that I think about it. But yeah, I only have this questions really because of the Fantastic Four ship in general. They really are teasing me to go watch the film. And unfortunately, tickets still aren't out in my country. Unfortunately. Not even for Superman, but those aren't on sale for like another couple of days. Moniker of the Secret Wars, but God has played a role in the comic. Yeah, I think I know that. But I wanted to see to what extent if you will play anything.
Well-known developer that has done. Yeah. Kyle Bossman, everyone.
But Galactus, I want to see how much of a role he will play in the MCU going forward post Fantastic Four. What is this?
Oh. Hey Jeffy, if you're reading this, it means 3 things. Number 1, you're killing it at the fest with your oodles of totally natural charisma.
Huh? What is this?
Available. B, I'm at your house playing long darts with the fam. And 3, you're gonna do me a solid and skip that Silk Song trailer so you can pimp my revolutionary VR gaming venture that will shock the industry.
Yo, the Deadpool game. I forgot about this. Yeah, told you the Deadpool game was coming. Okay, let's see gameplay. Well, let's see what this is about. New Marvel game. Let's go. Yeah, for the Meta Quest, along with Batman Arkham. This looks like a Telltale game, almost. Oh, the glove design are not the best.
Oh, hi, new friend.
Who voices Deadpool?
Turd
Ooh.
burger of late-stage capitalism and enter a world of VR magic and wonder. You'll care for exotic pets, the elderly.
This looks fun.
With hip-hop Satan.
Is that Mephisto?
Oh, Pa, don't worry, he's a fascist. He deserves this big time.
Huh.
This guy's a total dimmy. What the hell?
The hell? Was that the hand?
Paint this shit.
I need to see who this voice actor is.
You're welcome. Who got the lobotomy with fries?
Shish kebab. Oh.
All your dreams
Oh.
of being inside
Very
you
cool
come
design.
true in VR.
Huh. Oh, Omega Red.
Spider-Man gets Insomniac, and I get this shit? Eating Korean barbecue now. Is that weird? Whoa.
Yeah, this looks cool. This looks cool. I would want to get a MetaQuest, like a VR headset, because I want to play Batman Arkham Shadow. Neil Patrick Harris is voicing Deadpool. Let's go.
Last year at Gamescom, we announced Dying Light: The Beast, the culmination
Cool.
of a decade of Techland's experience building
This looks
survival
fun.
horror games. Kyle Crane is back as the player character in this title that blends open world and action survival horror. Let's take a look at the latest trailer with some big news, the release date.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're
Good, good. Good announcement, good announcement. Like this. Sounds like Ryan Reynolds. No, it's... Yeah, he did. At some point in the trailer, I was confused if it was Ryan Reynolds, if it was someone else. But it's good to know that it's Neil Patrick Harris. He's voiced Spider-Man before. I don't know if he voiced Deadpool before. But I like the voice. I just don't know how... I just don't like how Ryan Reynolds inspired it is, because how similar it sounded to movie Deadpool. No, yeah. Oh, one thing I just remembered now is that we might get our first look for the Invincible game. That's in the worst time we know, and there's a lot of like DLC planned already, and that was confirmed basically when the game was announced. So it's possible that we get and something for Invincible. And Robert Kirkman, I think, is working on the game and has said that he's seen things for the game and he thinks that it looks pretty cool. So yeah, need to see that. And I need to see how. I need to see when it starts and there will be like a main campaign. I'm assuming there will be, but I just wonder when. In the time it will start, like the same point as the show. I don't know. But the DLC aspect interests me, that they have already planned DLC this early. But yeah, that Deadpool game looks pretty cool.
There's the big news. Dying Light: The Beast is coming on August 22nd, Gamescom week.
But we're getting Insomniac name drops.
Inspiration from classic coming-of-age films to capture the highs and lows of adolescence, the bonds of friendship, and the nostalgia of growing up. Mixtape comes from Beethoven Dinosaur and Annapurna Interactive, and this is your exclusive new look at this game that plays like a love letter to teenage
The
memories.
first MCU movie I watched. I think it might have. I think it was either The Incredible Hulk or the first Iron Man. Definitely between those, because I was born just a year before the MCU started. So, but yeah, the first non-MCU Marvel film I watched, I think, pretty sure was one of the first. I think the first Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I was born just a year before the MCU started, so I was born in such a great time, per se. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Iron Man. How about you? But that Deadpool game was pretty fun. But I'm still mad that it's VR.
Beethoven and Dinosaur invites you to relive the teenage riot, to spend one last night together before school's out forever.
Fuck. This is hitting at such a time.
It's gonna be one hell of a night.
Smashing Pumpkins. Wasn't that the...
And the Cure. I love the Cure.
Smashing Pumpkins, isn't that the band you referenced just before? Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, the first Avengers film. Yeah, really do like the film. When I first read the first Avenger, I thought you were talking about Captain America 1. I also really like that film. It's really underrated in the MCU. It's like, I think I prefer it over Civil War, if I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna be honest. Oh, you 470 subs. Nice. One step closer to 500. Half monetization. We roll.
This is gorgeous. Take this. And just getting started. Let's put it into
But on the topic of Avengers films, Avengers: Age of Ultron is very underrated, I'd say. There's a lot of things in that I don't like, and there's a lot of things that I do like Ultron. I think he was very underused in that film, so I'm happy that he's coming back for the Vision show. So I'm happy for that, because I always loved James Spader's interpretation of Ultron, and I'm hoping that he somehow gets the whole Ultron bots thing, more Ultron bots, like more crazy things that Ultron does in the comics, because Ultron is like a very intimidating villain. Let's say Infinity War is your favorite. Infinity War is my favorite Avengers film so far. I prefer it over Endgame. Just something that I prefer over Endgame. Well, all films are good, but yeah, Infinity War is my favorite.
Next, we want to introduce you to a game made by a first-time solo developer in Bandung, Indonesia. With the help of 9 of his friends, he's built an intense action beat-em-up with brutal hand-to-hand combat set in his hometown. This is Axe of Blood.
Nice. Solo developer making a name for himself. Ooh.
Justice, no peace, just names and war. The hunt.
I'm getting Sifu vibes.
Not until I kill them all.
Yeah, big Sifu vibes from this. Huge Sifu vibes, especially the hallway stuff. I played Sifu like a couple months ago, and I really couldn't play without a Daredevil mod. I saw that mod that was basically replicating the black design from the first season. Yeah, I'm getting really Sifu vibes, but that makes sense. Combat game. But this looks cool. I was impressed with the fact that this was made by one person. You said I live in Portugal. Like in the lower left corner of Europe. Portugal. Small country next to Spain. I just speak English because it's more accessible to other audiences.
The next game from Montreal-based Tribute Games, the makers of TMNT Shredder's Revenge and Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which you saw a little bit earlier. If you're like me, you've been waiting for more than a decade for this reveal.
Heard Ninja Turtles, you got excited. Universal. What is this? Toronto. Oh, I recognize that robot. I don't know what this is, to be honest. Is this... I'm gonna say Scott Pilgrim. Hold on, maybe it is. Is it? Yep. Live in America. Cool. The dream country. I want to go to the US this year. Maybe during the summer. Might go there. To LA. cool. Scott Pilgrim getting a game. Never watched the first the Scott Pilgrim movie, to be honest. Never seen it. I've heard pretty good things about it because of how the style is like comic booky, like inspired, like really like colorful animation stuff like that. So I might have to check it out soon. Another movie I have to add to the list.
Scott Pilgrim's back with his fists flying in a brand new brawling adventure in EX. You'll battle through space-time and the streets of my hometown of Toronto with Scott, Ramona, and 5 of their former rivals in this online 4-player co-op adventure with a story written by
LA
Scott
County.
Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley.
County.
All right, we're going to be right back.
I don't know what that is, to be
We
honest.
have a very
County.
special message from Maggie Robertson.
Is that like the
TGA winner in
western
2021 for her
parts of the US?
performance in Resident Evil.
Oh, LA County.
Ah, there you are. Wait long. We've been preparing delightful ways to make you suffer.
Oh, Resident
So
Evil.
enter the village if you dare. We've slashed the price to be lower than ever for you simple little man things.
I'm still not over how the internet completely lost their minds over
There's plenty
her character.
more fun to go around.
So there's either getting remastered or Resident Evil 9.
And make your decision.
Capcom sale. Cool. I want to get the Marvel vs. Capcom, you know, older games collection that came out last year. I'm gonna get that. I love the cover a lot of Cyclops and Ryu dapping up. Okay. Gotta do something to cash the audiences, am I right? So adding to the collection of Gunner games. Yeah, but something I could see is definitely something for Invincible game.
Since the dawn of time, humankind has been obsessed with the hard.
I think I've seen a trailer for this game. I don't remember.
Now, a glorious
How was the date the other day?
dawned.
The date went pretty well. I posted that on
Something that simply
Twitter, but
hard.
we watched Lilo and Stitch. It was awkward the first like hour almost. We're having lunch, but we still okay. We didn't talk much in that first 30 minutes to an hour. I did pay for the theater tickets, but once we had lunch, it was almost silence for some time. But it's like questions here and there. But then when we watched the film, we started talking a bit more, talking to one another about stuff that was going on in the room. We started getting more comfortable, stuff. And then we went outside and sat on the bench for a couple hours and talking, getting to know each other, what we like and stuff. And then she went home and I went to live my life, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was perfect though. There's a lot of things I could have done better. I was really nervous at the start, but that's normal. And I wasn't also feeling all that well. I don't know, my stomach, I guess. I was hungry, but I couldn't eat. I don't know if that's a normal feeling or not, but it went well towards the end, and I think we both had fun. We still talk today. We're still talking, so that's good. But I'm probably gonna meet her in a couple weeks. Any advice? I want to talk to this girl I like at my school, and she looks like Valkyrie. First of all, make sure she isn't dating anyone. That's a good way to start. And then, oh.
Hi everyone, I'm Hakan Abrak,
Cool.
CEO of Attractive.
But yeah, first of all, make sure she doesn't have a boyfriend. then I guess just start getting closer to her. I'd say when I shot my shot at the girl I'm talking to right now, she posted a story and then I replied to her with oh, thank God we're getting something for 007. But yeah, I shot my shot basically with a Bible verse. I think it was Solomon 4:3. So note that. But yeah, but then I just started talking, getting a couple more compliments, subtle things. So yeah, I want to see this. Okay, maybe gameplay. I'm excited for this. I don't know anything about James Bond, but I love Patrick Gibson as an actor. Let's see. Graphically, this looks pretty great.
Is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre, a
Oh,
financial
that's.
mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld.
Oh.
He has arranged a high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in
Oh, is that a character from the Hitman games?
Clients have deemed this unacceptable.
But for her, she looks exactly like Valkyrie. It's crazy. Oh,
Mr. Rengang, he's too impatient, and Miss Bai, well, she likes it.
is this the 007 game? I'm confused.
I don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though. He's the only wild card.
I'm genuinely confused. Is this a part of the 007 game?
Well, this is turning into an interesting evening.
Welcome to the VIP room here.
This one doesn't look like it. It might just be DLC, probably.
Unusual name.
Names are for friends. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
Oh, this is a tie-in basically. So play this and get a reward. Cool.
There you have it. Hitman and 007 are coming together in a very unexpected way.
We know our players waited a long
But yeah,
time
just
for
be
007
confident, I guess.
It's just around the corner.
Start talking to her.
However, Hitman is live right now. So I thought, why wait? And I asked a fellow Danish friend to join me here. As a matter of fact, he is here with us today.
That's right, everyone at Summer Game Fest, please welcome the great Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, got Mads on the stage. He was the villain from Doctor Strange, the first one, and Hannibal Lecter.
Thank you for joining us, and thanks for coming
Really
to
like
Summer
him.
Game Fest. Mads, you are Cliff, but you're also Agent 47's next target as Le Chiffre, the villain we know from Casino Royale.
Yep, that's it. And you know, this is I've always had a deep love for this character. It's a role that means a lot to me.
Oh, he's looking old though. Harrison looking healthy though.
Chance to step into the shoes of Le Chiffre once again. I did not hesitate for once.
That's all. It's all about confidence. Not saying too much. Like you can say certain things, but just don't exaggerate on them. Just be chill. Try to be chill while talking to her, obviously. I don't know, giving advice is really my thing, so I'm trying. You have a lot of social anxiety because
So this mission is set in a casino in Paris.
Oh.
We want to make an homage to the.
I got social anxiety to an extent too. Like I can talk with people, but nerves get me.
And the mission will be handled in very different, creative ways.
Yeah, he's not gonna beat me in poker. He's gonna figure something else out.
Like I can't talk to like big crowds of people. I can do that. But while talking to people I don't know, I just try to start off well, trying to get to know them, trying to introduce a bit of myself. And over time, as you get comfortable with that person, it gets easier. A lot easier.
That's the best part. We wanted to surprise you, so the team is updating the game as we speak. Le Chiffre, Elusive Target mission starts today in a few hours.
I want to play Hitman so bad, bro. This is in preparation for 007. I also gotta watch the 007 movies.
Reward in 007 First Light.
Amazing. All right. Well, Hakan Mods, thanks for joining us for Summer Game Fest. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for having
me. So much.
Thank
All right,
you.
great to see you. Great stuff. All right, now here's the announcement of a new party game coming later this year that will delight LEGO fans, made with over 1 million LEGO bricks, 300 minifigures, and over 700 trillion minifigure combinations.
Huh?
It's Saturday night somewhere, so make some noise for
This is pissing me off. Just announced Lego Batman. We want Lego Batman. Jesus Christ, is it that hard, really?
But will you be helped by friendly krakens?
Or hindered by evil monsters?
Or lightly toasted by a flying lizard with wings?
I think my brothers played the previous Hitman games. I think one of them. I mean, I haven't played them, to be honest. I think I have it on my Steam account. One of them.
Whoa, that's a lot!
With surprises around every corner, anything can happen.
Anything?
Anything.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Okay, but certainly not a giant crab, a mythical king cobra, or Master Wu smashing a crate.
Those were literally just.
But I'm mostly interested for 007 First Light because of Patrick Gibson, who I'm familiar with from Dexter Original Sin. I don't know if you've seen Dexter. It's pretty fun.
All right, next a new look at a new team shooter from Dreamhaven and Moonshot Games. 20 players across 5 ships venture into the most treacherous region of space, hoping to get their hands on the artifact. The game is called Wildgate, and the open beta starts next week during Steam Next Fest. And we're also very happy to announce the game will launch on July 24th for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Let's see what it means to get into some serious space shenanigans.
I can't even lie, this looks like Overwatch in space. And I've played Overwatch for a couple of hours, the second one. Not my thing, to be honest. It was cool at the beginning, but then it got boring.
This feels bad.
Now their ship is flying. Is that the artifact?
Safe with me.
This'll be good.
Good thing that wasn't our ship.
I think they're gonna announce anything for
I'm
Wolverine.
proud to reveal to you the next game from Toronto-based Drinkbox Studios, the team
I
behind the
don't know.
Melee series,
For Wolverine,
and Nobody Saves the World.
I think
They're making a
I don't know if we're gonna
3D
get
game that can be played
anything
alone
major
or
this
with a
year.
friend in
Maybe
co-op.
only at the end of it, because we still don't have like a release window for it. I'm thinking like 2026 at the earliest, like mid to late 2026. So it's possible that we get something for Wolverine tonight, but I don't think so. But they still could very well announce it, because this show still has like an hour and a half more. I don't know. It's like a long event, but it's never a 0% chance. But I've just learned to just never expect Wolverine, unless it's like at a PlayStation thing. But I'm guessing that we'll get like a announcement like at the Game Awards this year in December. I don't know about Knights of the Old Republic though. I want to see stuff from Knights of the Old Republic though. I really like Star Wars. I like Darth Revan, so I want to see that. I also want to see what types of games DC Studios has in the works. Yeah, I don't think there will be like Arkham style games, like open worlds, third-person games. It's interesting.
There is more Blighted coming up right after the show in Day of the Devs. All right, next is a first-person survival action horror game from Team Cloud. It's a new team of 50 with founders in Canada and Armenia. They partnered with the new Munfish Powerhouse label to bring this insane Unreal Engine 5 game to life with unpredictable monsters and visceral dismemberment. Here is your first look.
Yeah, maybe we could play Rivals. I gotta add you though. I'm still hoping for big announcements. I wanted to see something for the last Ronin game, but I don't know when we're gonna see anything for that. Ew, the hell is that? Oh, there's only like 30 minutes left. Okay. So yeah, half an hour left for this. I'm still hoping for something big like Invincible or something. Need something for those games. I can't let the biggest announcement of tonight being a Deadpool VR game. Even though I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong.
Powerful mechs with immersive aerial and ground combat. As a top wish-listed game, players are clamoring to know just one thing: when is the release date? Well, here's Mecha Break's latest trailer with the answer you've all been waiting for.
I can't even lie, I haven't heard of like say 70% of these games. I wonder when we're gonna see something for the Blade game. I can't even lie, this has been like a pretty mid show so far. Can't believe the biggest announcement in my opinion was Deadpool. We're gonna head out. Oh yeah, I was nice talking to you too. It's rare that I stream and there's like people watching, but yeah, thank you for watching the stream for this long, you know. See you next time. Nice talking to you as well. This is dragging it a bit. This is a bit long. Get me out. 25 minutes to show something good.
In this next title, small-scale players traverse the oversized world around them, filled with local wildlife and hostile machines. Built by a small 8-person studio, this is Infinitesimals.
Mechanicals approaching.
We must now face a stark reality. The industrial civilization we were expecting to join is no more.
Didn't we just see this game a couple
Whatever it takes.
before? I've remember seeing that shot. me a good game. Give me a good game.
2026 marks the 30th anniversary of a legendary video game franchise that I think we all know very well. Please check this out.
Now, what could this be? RPD. What is this? Oh. Oh. What's the name of this IP again? Isn't this Resident Evil? No. I don't know what this is. Yeah, oh yeah, Resident Evil 9.
Happy birthday to you. And to celebrate early, a special message from Takeuchi-san.
マギーさんありがとうございます。カプコン竹内です。皆様のおかげでバイオハザードも30周年を迎えることができました。ありがとうございます。さて、お待たせしているバイオハザードの最新作なんですが、もう少しだけ、あと瞬きするぐらいの間だけお待ちいただければと思います。それでは、これからもバイオハザードシリーズよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
Nice.
I need a glass of wine too. All right. Thank you, Takeuchi-san, for that very special message. We cannot wait for when the time is right to share more leading into the anniversary of Resident Evil. Now it is time for the next big update for a beloved franchise.
Wrestling. Is it? I think it is.
Let's rumble.
What the hell? What the hell am I watching? This is like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something. I don't even know what this could be. What is this? What the hell is this? Is this a Street Fighter? New characters. Can't believe the biggest announcement so far has been a freaking VR Deadpool game. Please give me something. Marvel 1940 something. That's a cool cartoony style, at least. Oh, never mind. Another battle royale game almost. This is like a Roblox game. Not to disrespect the developers and anything, but this really does look like a Roblox battle royale game. Like one of those bootleg Fortnite type games. A lumberjack with the Leviathan axe. Cool. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been into like horror games. I was just thinking about Resident Evil 9, or the next one, whatever that it is, the title. But never been into horror games that much. I played a bit of Dead Space. One horror game I would like to try is the Alien Isolation game. I think it's Isolation. It looks cool because of the whole mic feature, where basically if you make a sound with your mic, the Xenomorph hears it.
action game from the new indie studio Night Street Games, which is the
Cool
ultimate
concept,
game
to be
of
honest.
capture the flag set in the 1970s. As
I
we
need
saw.
something good.
The closed
Please,
alpha will be starting later
Jeff
this year.
Keighley.
Next, we have
I
a
need
beautiful
something.
new trailer for a Souls-like action RPG game developed in China by Lenzi Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which is launching on July 24th.
20 minutes. Around 20 minutes. This was a mid show. I'm not gonna lie, this was a really mid show.
Really what you wanted. Fate is all set in stone. You can't change how it ends.
This was like Black Myth Wukong. Souls games.
What will it take to finally awaken you?
Wu-Tang game. No way. Really? Whoa. Cool. Need to see how gameplay is. Doesn't seem too bad, to be honest.
Ghostface Killer is calling on you to rescue his Wu brothers. Wu-Tang
Need
Rise of the
something
Receiver
good.
is a new
Need.
co-op action RPG with anime-style fighting, and it's the debut title from the 53-member Brass Lion Entertainment. Now, here's a new look at Guild Wars 2, which has new updates, including player housing, and is free to play. This weekend, to celebrate SGF, you can take advantage of double XP all weekend long.
My calling takes me far from home, where shared struggles form fast bonds.
My greatest advantage? Adaptability.
I thought that was Thanos.
Weakness. Me.
Now it sounds like Thor from God of War Ragnarok.
My story.
My story is yours.
I don't want ads right now. Just show me a freaking Marvel game. Another Marvel game. A console Marvel game, not a VR thing. Please. Apparently this only has 15 minutes left. I'm legit getting to a point where these things are just underwhelming to see. There's just nothing cool, really. I mean, there was the Deadpool announcement that looked pretty fun, but it's VR. Not everyone knows a VR like everyone knows a freaking console. What else was cool? The Agent 47 stuff, the Hitman stuff was also pretty cool. Now we're just getting ads for consoles. I don't want that. Show me something from Marvel 1943 or 1943. Wolverine in the Big 25.
Here is another game throwing back to a classic animation style. Enter a surreal world where you're a down on his luck outcast who has to battle his inner demons, literally, in this action roguelike. Here's Into the Unwell.
Why do they keep this the titles? Dude, just where are the internet breaking announcements in this? Genuinely. At this point, I'm just waiting for fucking the Game Awards. Wasn't this game talked about like at the start of the show? No, it's different. It has the same style though.
Get well soon. Maybe it's too much for someone like you.
This is a really mid show. I love that we're getting a Deadpool game. Not officially confirmed. I'm surprised there isn't anything for Iron Man. Or 1943. Or Invincible. Or Wolverine. Really, I'm just losing it at this point because Wolverine was never going to get footage today. Maybe at the Game Awards where the things are bigger. I need to see what's the game of the year this year.
Hey guys, I'm Ian,
probably goes to the Yote.
co-founder of 1047 Games. When we started Splitgate in our dorm room, we just wanted to make a game we could play with our friends, and 20 million of you played with us. Now, with the help from our amazing community, we've built Splitgate 2. Why? Because I grew up playing Halo, and I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3. With Splitgate 2, we asked ourselves, how would we take Portals to the next level? What if you could portal to entirely different worlds? So we combined the action, movement, and gunplay of arena shooters with the scale and intensity of something much bigger. Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
When is Gamescom, by the way? I hate that they canceled, they just ended E3. Because Spider-Man and God of War were announced on the same night. Where has gaming came into? What is gaming nowadays? Gamescom 2025. I need to see when that is because I need to see the good stuff. Hopefully. August 20th. Is this Imagine Dragons playing? Deadpool game does look fun though. That's the new image that came out. When does it come out though? I think it's supposed to come out this year, but there's no release date, I think. I wonder how much VR games cost, especially for Meta Quest 3s. Like the new Deadpool game and the Batman Arkham Shadow. I still need to see the full gameplay of that because there's a lot of things that aren't big in that game. It's a sequel to Arkham Origins. Apparently Dick Grayson is in it, and a new ending, or something. And Dick Grayson is my second favorite Robin. Talking about Robins, I do want to stream Fortnite the next season because Tim Drake will be a skin in the Battle Pass. Superman 2, but Tim Drake. He's my favorite Robin.
To showcase the latest project from the talented minds at RGG Studio in Japan.
Fuck. This scene reminded me of Sinners. I need to watch Sinners too. I'm surprised there is nothing for Wolf Among Us 2, to be honest. Oh. This is a cool aesthetic. Still can't believe the big sound for this Deadpool. I still miss the good old days where incredibly big games were announced on the same day. I remember when Miles Morales was announced and God of War Ragnarok was announced on the same night. Like when Spider-Man 2 and Knights of the Republic and Wolverine was announced on the same night. When Spider-Man and God of War were announced on the same night. Battle Century. Stranger Than Heaven. Okay. This gave me something good now. Probably not, but we can pray.
As Project Century set in 1915, and now the full name has been revealed. Stranger Than Heaven, the brand new title from RGG Studio. This time it's now 1943, and knowing RGG, I'm sure more surprises are surely on their way. All right, well, we're almost done here, but we do have one final, very special global game announcement to share with all of you.
Did you just say mobile?
Today we've showcased a lot of projects from teams around the world, including many brand new studios. And we're proud of that.
Global.
But this one comes from a studio that is no stranger to delivering blockbuster games time and again. When I first got a glimpse at this project last summer, I was absolutely blown away by the scale, scope, and ambition of this developer's vision.
Please.
And while there are many places, really any place, this game could have been revealed, we are so deeply honored that we get to share it with the world right here at Summer Game Fest.
Imagine if it's something I don't know. Good graphics. No idea what this could be. No idea.
Grace.
Probably an IP, I don't know.
My office.
Coming. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered.
Yep, this is something I don't know.
Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
Graphics look incredible though. Oh.
Stay close. They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
What is this like for a... Never mind. That was like some like Leatherface or like one of those horror icons they like reinvented.
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Oh. So it is Resident Evil 9. Nice. Good for Resident Evil fans. So they really baited them. Seems like they did not have anything, but would make sense. Cool, I guess.
And it will be playable to fans this August at Gamescom, where we'll also be hosting Opening Night Live on Tuesday, August 19th. Resident Evil Requiem marks a bold shift for the franchise, both in tone and gameplay, and today's reveal isn't just about survival horror. Expect high-stakes cinematic action too, with much more to share soon leading up to its launch on February 27th, 2026. Amazing. Thank you, Capcom. That was an amazing announcement. Glad we kept it a surprise. All right. That's going to do it for our live Summer Game Fest show. Let's thank our co-host, Lucy James. Didn't she do a great job, everyone? Good job. Lucy got to see the trailer for the first time.
I know. I can't believe it. You kept that so secret.
Very top secret. All good. All right. Well, there's much more Summer Game Fest to come. Make sure to visit summergamefest.com to see a listing of
Get me
all
out.
the digital events this weekend.
Get
Watch
me
the
out. I'm out. I'm out. So, resume. Guys, I don't know. It was a pretty mid show, I am not gonna lie. How was the biggest announcement Deadpool getting a VR game? What has gaming become? Really? I think there were like bigger announcements, but not really. There wasn't anything like mind-blowing like they were promising. I'm surprised that there wasn't anything for any of the EA Marvel games, because right now we only know about Iron Man. I think they're still making the 3 games, but Iron Man is the only one that we know about publicly. Black Panther was just canceled. I'm surprised we didn't get anything for Iron Man because it's been in development for years now. Nor for Invincible, because that game has also been in development for years. And it was rumored that we'll get footage of it today, but we didn't. So that's not good, really. So, yeah, if I were to say it was a pretty mid show, I just never got into Resident Evil, to be honest. I'm surprised we didn't get anything for Marvel 1943, though. It's very surprising. But, yeah, pretty mid show. If I were to rate it, I'd probably say like a 6. Deadpool and the Hitman announcements really carry that whole thing, in my opinion. But yeah, I might just be in culture, to be honest. I don't know. I don't play horror games. But yeah, thank you for watching the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, see you next